good morning, everybody. I'm Suzanne Markle, and I'd like to welcome you on this beautiful Monday morning to Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. I would like to thank Pennsylvania National Guard Associations for choosing PIA as your host school for today's event. For those of you not familiar with PIA, our institution has trained qualified aircraft mechanics and avionics technicians since 1929, and we were ranked the #1 two-year trade school by Forbes in 2018. And that was the last year that Forbes had a ranking for technical institutions, so we consider ourselves the reigning champs. PIA offers aviation maintenance training here at its main campus in West Mifflin, and at each of its branch campuses, which are located in Hagerstown, Maryland, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and Youngstown, Ohio, making us one of the largest training providers for aircraft mechanics in the country. With the current shortage of certificated aircraft technicians, PIA's mission to provide the industry with these skilled workers is more important than ever before. And our faculty and staff members work hard every day to prepare our graduates for the best opportunities available to them as they enter the aviation industry. At PIA, we are proud to demonstrate our institution's commitment to our campus community's veteran and military members. We currently serve a student population that is 16% veteran, and over half of our faculty are either serving or have served in the National Guard or other branch of the military. PIA is honored to be a designated PNGAS Guard-friendly school, and we are dedicated to creating and maintaining the supportive learning environment necessary to assist members of the Pennsylvania Guard who are here pursuing post-secondary degrees. Before I hand off the mic, I would like to acknowledge Holly Arms, District Director, and Jeff King, Field Representative for State Senator Devlin Robinson, who have joined us today. In addition, I'm very happy to welcome County Executive Rich Fitzgerald, a longtime supporter of our institution, who would like to share some words with you all this morning. Rich?
Thank you, Suzanne. It is always great to be here at PIA, and what you're doing in training so many people who are in need, the folks that are in need of the jobs, but also the industry that is really in need of the workers in the aerospace industry is really important. Thank you, Shelley and the team from Pennsylvania. I know this is a second or third or fourth one you're starting to do around the state. An initiative to talk about what a great place Pennsylvania is to work and to live and to grow up. And think about it, you know, we have a Pennsylvania team in the World Series. We have a Pennsylvania football team that's undefeated. Unfortunately, it's the other end of the state, but we won't get into that. But it is a good thing. And I don't know if any of you watched the game last night. I'm not talking about the result, but the announcers, and they always get this wrong. He got it wrong again last night. It seemed like half the fans in Miami last night were rooting for the Steelers, and we're used to that. We're used to our visiting, and when we're visiting, that half the fans are there to root for the Steelers. And the announcer said, yeah, there's about 3 or 4 teams in the league that really travel well, and those Steeler fans are some of the best at traveling well. Again, he gets it wrong, because most of those folks in Florida or Miami moved there 20, 30, 40 years ago. Why? Because there weren't jobs in Pittsburgh in those days, but there are now. There are lots of jobs, and there's a lot of companies here that are part of this coalition to try to keep our young people as they graduate from school and get out of whatever type of training that they're in, to stay in the region. Because we need them, whether it's in aeronautics, whether it's in manufacturing, whether it's in finance, whether it's in education, whether it's in eds and meds, and all the various things that are going on here in this region. We're competing for that young talent with other regions and other places around the country. And again, the opportunities in Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh region right now are as good as they've ever been. If you've got talent and you want to do something, go to work, you can work. And we need your work. We need your skills. We need your skills to help build the buildings that we have going on, to produce the energy that we need to produce, to do the robotics that we need to do. All those type of things are important. And then when you look at other places around the country that we would be competing with, the cost of housing in this region is so much lower than it is in other places. When you think about the Silicon Valley or Washington, D.C., or New York, or Boston, or even Philadelphia, all great places, but they cost a lot more to live there. So when you're starting out and you've got that, don't have a lot of money yet, and you're fighting down a little bit of debt, where do you want to live? And again, the Pittsburgh region is really terrific. And when you think about the quality of life that we have with our institutions, with our cultural amenities, with the beauty. I mean, drive around this weekend or go on a hike this weekend, the absolute beauty of Western Pennsylvania, particularly right now, but really all throughout the year, this is just a great place to live. So when it comes to keeping our young people, to keeping our talented people, this is the best place in the world to live and to raise a family and to start your life and your career. So I'm glad that this coalition has come together. We'll thank our friends from the Pennsylvania National Guard, also a great place that has trained so many people and brought so many people into public service that contribute to the greatness that we all appreciate here in America. I want to thank our friends at CCAC. For the work that they continue to do to train people and keep them here. We have our friends at the Airport Authority, the Allegheny County Airport Authority, Pittsburgh International Airport, and the county airport, which we are right now. So there's so many good things that we have to sell in this region and in this state that we take a backseat to nobody. So let's get out and keep doing what we're doing and keep working together and keep our young people here so that when they do root for the Steelers in the future, they will have to get on an airplane to go to those games and not be living in those cities all over America. Good luck. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
If I introduce the next person.
I'm sorry, I guess I get to introduce the next person. I screwed that up. So the next person from Pennsylvania, from Pengas. I'll do it that way. Pengas. Chair Rhonda Farley. Rhonda?
Thank you, Mr. Fitzgerald. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming today. Thank you, Suzanne, and I know Roxanne. Thank you for allowing us to come into your facility. PENGAS, Pennsylvania National Guard Associations. PENGAS seeks to assist in maintaining our troop numbers, first through legislative efforts to ensure that the Guard is fully funded, manned, equipped, and trained to perform their federal and state missions, and that members and veterans have the benefits that they have earned. The other way we do that is through scholarships, through our jobs board. And if you've never seen the PENGAS jobs board, I strongly recommend that you go check it out. We have some of Pennsylvania's largest employers on that jobs board. And I think right now we have better than 16,000 jobs posted. I will say the majority of those jobs are in central and eastern Pennsylvania. And it would be very nice to see some Western PA jobs start popping up on there. I'm a Western Pennsylvania native. I left Crawford County in 1986 to go into the Air Force. I came back 3 years ago, and I have to tell you, it was good to come home. Live, learn, work, and play PA. It's a catchy title, what does it mean? I want to echo your thoughts. We want to make sure that our PA vets stay here. Every year, 220,000 military members leave the service. Well, we want to make sure if they left PA that they come back to PA. And if they weren't from Pennsylvania, we want them to really want to come here. Pennsylvania is the second largest National Guard in the nation. And in order to maintain that large number in the face of dwindling recruitments, it's vital that our guardsmen and women have a reason to stay here. So to that end, Live, Work, Learn, and Play serves as a very useful retention and recruiting tool. Speaking of all the Pennsylvania National Guardsmen, I'd like you all to take a minute to just think about all the guardsmen and women that are deployed right now, either overseas or throughout the country. Let's think about them, their families still here. Let's wish them a safe and speedy return. I got off out of order, so now I have to get back over here. Okay, we want to get them here. By bringing everyone together, we can form a coalition that can join forces. Just a quick example of commonalities. For me this morning, Mr. Fitzgerald, we'll have to compare family trees because I come from Fitzgerald's. From left Ireland, came to Pittsburgh. CCA, I have a grandchild who is flourishing in their academy. My daughter is an engine mechanic for the Pennsylvania Air National Guard. So right there, we come together, and I have connections. If we all come together, imagine what we can offer to National Guardsmen and veterans that are leaving active duty and coming back to PA. We're enticing them. So I just want to thank you all for coming. And it is now my pleasure to introduce someone who works tirelessly in her outreach to veterans of the state. I had the fortune of knowing her when I was still at state headquarters, and I can tell you, Pennsylvania's veterans could not be in more capable or compassionate hands. Ladies and gentlemen, I hand you over to Deputy Adjutant General of Veterans Affairs, Brigadier General Maureen Weigel.
Good morning, everybody. Mr. Fitzgerald, great seeing you again. Suzanne, thank you so much for hosting this. I have the absolute best job in the entire world. I mean that sincerely. I served for 25 years active duty, and I was able to transition, and then they asked me to come back and take care of the nearly 750,000 veterans across the Commonwealth, and every day is so fun. It's a big job. It is an extremely rewarding job. But of course, Pennsylvania, the PIA, we don't have all the resources to take care of all of our veterans. So I rely on three big pillars of support. First and foremost, and Tim is in the back row, we work with the county directors and the county offices. When veterans need anything, that's their lifeline of support. They go to those county offices to find out what they need. Secondly, we work with all the veteran service organizations. Your American Legions, VFWs, there's a list of them, so if you belong to the Marine Corps League or Jewish War Veterans, and I didn't mention all of them, I apologize, but we work with every single one of those organizations. And it's critical, because veterans reach out in so many different ways for whatever their needs are, so we want to make sure we are everywhere the veterans need help, whether it's getting benefits, finding employment, or taking care of their families. That's our job. And we also work with the local community. And that's a really big portion of our support to take care of veterans. It's this private-public partnerships that we can't do anything without all of you. It takes all of us working together to take care of veterans. So in my role, I have the fun honor of running 6 long-term care facilities. And we have about 967 veterans currently residing. One is over in Highland Drive right here in Southwest Veterans Center. It's an amazing facility. And we're very proud of the fact that most of them are almost 5-star ratings. 3 of them, including Southwest Veterans Center, was listed in Newsweek as the top 25 nursing homes in the country, which is pretty remarkable. So we're pretty proud of that. That in itself is a big job, but then taking care of all the other veteran outreaches is a lot of fun. I mentioned that we work with the counties, that we work with the VSOs. We work in every community to build partnerships like we're doing today. And in Pennsylvania, there's two unique programs we have to support everybody. First, it's the Governor's Advisory Commission for Veteran Services. Every agency in the state coordinates with me on every issue for veterans. So I'm talking your Secretary of Health, Aging, Human Services, Agriculture, Finance, Securities, Fishing and Boat, everybody comes together. And we've identified 6 areas that we want to take care of veterans. First, aging. We have the 4th largest population of veterans in Pennsylvania, but we have one of the oldest populations of veterans. So finding options for those veterans that are not in my nursing home to have the aid and assistance they need to stay home longer is a big mission. Secondly, we look at homeless veterans. Probably I did a point in time count, was about 837 veterans last January. I know that's not an accurate number. That doesn't count the folks that are in transit housing, that are couching with friends and family, that are having housing insecurity. We talked about the cost of living in parts of the Commonwealth that are extremely, really having people be at risk of losing their homes. So we have a committee designated to that. Behavioral health, you all know that PTSD, traumatic brain injury, and other areas impact many of the veterans, so we work closely on that. We have a committee for judicial and corrections. We have 25 veteran courts that help veterans that are in trouble get the needs and the assistance they need. But we have 5 veteran service units. We're the only state to have these veteran service units at 5 of our state correctional institutes. We make sure when a veteran is leaving the prison system that he has a job to go to, or she, and that they have skills. And it's really important that they can come back and be contributing tax-paying citizens in whatever county they go to. And then we have a committee especially for women. Women are the fastest growing demographic in the armed forces. When I joined, the population was about 10%. Today it's close to 20 and it'll be 25%. So female veterans are coming out of the service in larger numbers, so we want to make sure they have equitable resources available to them, and that's a critical one. And then last, this is why you're all here today. I know it took me a while to get here. We have a committee on economic and workforce development and employment, and this has been one of my passion projects, which is why Kelly Lewis and I linked up right away with PINGAS. There are so many fun things going on for veterans. I'm going to mention a few of them. If you want to hire a veteran, you need to belong to DoD Skill Bridge. DoD Skill Bridge is a way you can get an active duty service member that is transitioning to work for your company for about 4 to 6 months on the Department of Defense's dime. So you get a free intern. So it's a great program, hugely successful. Geisinger brought 12 veterans back to Pennsylvania this year. UPMC has 20 in the pipeline. PNC, I'm going to talk to before I leave here, but I want every corporation in Pennsylvania to sign up for that program. The other cool program is called 4Block. It's based out of Philadelphia. They bring cohort of folks together. I just talked to 60 students that were on active duty, and we're trying to make sure they all come back. So Boeing, General Dynamics, Comcast, Hershey, UPMC, etc. are all doing this program virtually, and it's been out in Philly. But I begged them, if I fill that class, I want them to start a cohort this fall, this spring, possibly, in Pittsburgh, and they agreed to. So they're going to meet with you. So I want this group to come together and talk to me afterwards, because I want you to take advantage. There's a lot of career links, there's a lot of opportunity in job sports, but just pay attention and link in with us, and we will make sure we get you the right options to find veterans. There's 2 scariest days in a service member's life. The day they raise their right hand and they swear to defend the fourth Constitution of the United States, and they arrive at whatever installation they start their career, and they think, what the heck did I just do? And they badmouth their recruiters always. They think, oh my goodness. And then the second thing is when they leave. Whether you're a colonel or a general or a sergeant, you leave the military and you think, oh, I've got it all figured out. And all of a sudden you're like, what did I just do? Where's that whole group supporting me? Where is everybody? Where's my lifeline? Where's the installation? Where's my housing allowance? Reality hits in. So we need to make sure when veterans come back to Pennsylvania that all of us collectively are going to take care of them. There's a lot of kids using their GI Bill at our universities. We want to make sure they get internships and they stay. So whatever we can do to help you, that's my job. I serve veterans, but I serve anyone who's serving veterans or wants to serve veterans. So I thank you all so much. If you want to learn more how to connect with us, I have 2 wonderful regional coordinators in the audience today. They're called RPOCs. And you can find your RPOCs, the regional folks that are putting everybody together, and the addresses and phone numbers to your county offices, to your American Legions, to all your veteran service officers at PA Vet Connect. I would give it the long dmva.pa.gov, but just Google PA Vet Connect, and you'll be able to get all the resources you need. So thank you. I appreciate being here. I appreciate all of you wanting to talk to us about how to hire veterans and keep veterans here. And I promise we'll get more back here in Allegheny County. Thank you. They don't have a script up there for me, so I'm going to introduce you to an amazing colonel with the Air National Guard from the 171st. I'm going to pass it on over.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everybody. I'm Colonel Ray Howland from the 171st Air Refueling Wing at Pittsburgh International Airport. And I am the other side of the coin. I'm interested in making veterans out of your employees. I'm looking to hire them to be members of the 171st Air Refueling Wing. It kills me that I'm at a school in charge of making engine mechanics, and I know how many mechanics I don't have right now. I'm only about 88% ran for my mechanics, so it's making me itch. The 171st, for you that don't know, we have been there for coming up on 75 years. In 1948, the 171st was not designated as 171st, but the Pennsylvania Air National Guard stood up the unit over at the International Airport, and we have been there flying fighters, heavies, and tankers since then. Next year, we'll celebrate our 75th anniversary next summer. We have 1,286 people that work at the base. However, we're supposed to work at the base, but we're down to about 1,150, somewhere in there. So as you can see, we're looking for the people. I also brought two recruiters with me, and Sergeant Massengill is going to come up and talk to you afterwards. But we have a lot of programs for people to come into the Guard that are good deals. As the county executive said, this is a great place to live. I am a transplant. I came off active duty in 1999, and I've been here since, and I couldn't be happier. And the Guard is the reason I'm happy. It's a phenomenal place to work. It's a phenomenal place to live. And we want to bring your people and your friends in to work for us in the Guard. It's the old weird aunts and uncles you never knew you had, but it's a great place to work. We have everything, when I talk about mechanics, we have everything from mechanics to administrative assistants, to weathermen, to forecasters. And if you've got a subject that you love, it doesn't have to be your full-time job, we would love to have you. We also go all over the world. Unlike our Army brethren who don't get out as much, we get out constantly. As a matter of fact, I'm sending out 4 jets and over 100 people tomorrow night to CENTCOM. And I know that sounds like a bad place, but it's not, because next summer we get to go to the Pacific and go to Guam and spend 120 days in Guam. And we have been everywhere in between. We just had jets come back from Germany, as well as we bounce all over the United States every day. So please, if you have any interest in your family, in your friends, in your employees, in serving, consider the National Guard, consider the Pennsylvania Air National Guard specifically, because that's what I'm here for. But the National Guard, as was said, we're one of the largest in the country. We have 16,000 Army. They're all over the state. We have over 4,000 Air at 3 main bases here in Pittsburgh, Middletown, and then just north of Philadelphia. So please come see what we do, and please send your people to come visit us. We're not going to promise you that everybody is going to want to do it. We know that, but we'd love to at least have the chance to talk to them. So thank you for your time, and I'm going to introduce Sergeant Massengill to give you the specifics about what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me. My name is Tech Sergeant Massengill. I'm a production recruiter for the Pennsylvania Air National Guard. Again, I'm here with Tech Sergeant Washington and our Wing Commander, Colonel Highland, and we represent the 171st Air Refueling Wing. Before joining 10 years ago, I knew nothing about the Guard. You often hear that about active duty and reserve, but never about the Guard. We joke around at our base and we say we're the best kept secret, because we truly are. But we want to change that. We're looking for individuals that are 17 to 39 years old, and prior service are also welcome. With a commitment of 1 week in a month, 15 days out of the year, 6 years, we pay for awesome education benefits. The main benefit that is used is our Education Assistance Program, in which we pay for free tuition to 14 state colleges. Yeah, 14 state colleges. And if you don't choose to go to one of the state colleges in PA, we pay the equivalent amount of $4,097 per semester for a college, a trade, or technical school in the state of PA. And as you serve 1 week in a month and you're going to school full time, we pay you as a member an additional $407 a month. We call it the Montgomery GI Bill for you to utilize while you're in school. And opportunities don't stop there. We have also medical insurance. Members can travel with us. You name it, we have it. And for a second enlistment, so second term of 6 years, we offer the MFEP, Military Family Education Plan, for spouse and for their spouse and children. If this is something that you're looking to go into, or you know someone who's interested, I'll be glad to speak to you after this. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hello everyone, Michelle, and most of you coming in. If I didn't get to meet you coming in, please make sure to meet you on the way out. Next, we are going to have Cheryl Fink, and she is with the Soldier and Family Readiness Program.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Cheryl Fink, and I am one of 20 state employees, and I work with the Army National Guard. Currently, I am a family readiness specialist in the state of Pennsylvania, and there are 20 of us across the state. What we are responsible for is taking care of the service member and family member within each one of our counties. On the table over there is a folder, and in that folder it has our map. Our map is broken down into counties. Each one of the 20 of us are responsible for individual counties within the state. We also have, on the reverse side of that, some of the responsibilities that we are taking care of on a daily basis with our service members and our family members. We have 8 essential services, and we also have another listing of additional services. We are constantly out within our community looking for individuals, looking for any type of community organization, schoolings, technical schools, businesses that are here to help with us to take care of our service members and our family members. I've been in my position for 13 and a half years, and this is not just a job for me. It is actually my passion. With a good heart, compassion, empathy, and sometimes a lot of toughness, I take care of the service members and the family members whenever they come up with any kind of issues, concerns, or problems in their daily life. So it takes a good team to take care of all of these problems. As I said, we're broken down by counties. Across the United States, there are also counterparts in every county, in every state, as well as our territories that do the same thing that we do. So we're here to work interstate, and we're here to work within the counties. Bottom line up front, we provide information and referrals for any issues and concerns that our service member and their families may encounter, and we are also a conduit between our commanders, our community resources, and our families. We work with all phases of the deployment, so from the day that that service member signs his contract until unfortunately the day he passes away. And then we also work with the family after that happens. So we all know whenever the individual that's responsible for things that happen in the home is gone, things break, things happen, we have catastrophes. So this is when we reach out to our community and we ask for assistance. Some of the things that we work with, we have taken care of furnaces, air conditioners. We have reached out to the community to help with school loans. How do we get from a deployment and get our school loans taken care of? Our deployments go out for, as Air said, we go out for about a year. We just sent a large deployment out, almost 600 people. And it breaks my heart to know that these families are home over the holidays by themselves. Guaranteed, we're going to have somebody that has run into a deer, who doesn't have any oil, who doesn't have any furnace, whose hot water tank is broken. So we reach out into our community and we find those partners that have offered to help us take care of those issues. So we are looking again, large and small businesses, education institutes, veteran organizations, and other community entities to help us build those solid working connections. It takes a community. So we also work and we do stand-downs, we do community visits, we do unit visits, we attend every community meeting that we possibly can so that we can build those networks. One question that I always ask a resource, what is your definition of a veteran? There are a multitude of definitions. From the day a service member puts a uniform on, some people consider them a veteran. Some organizations say, oh no, unless you are VA eligible, you are not a veteran. So we are looking, we have end-day service members, which are traditional service members. We have somebody that might be called a veteran, an AGR, a technician, wartime, 20 years, VA eligible, retiring. So all of those different individuals are still part of the military, but what is your definition whenever you are a service member to an organization? So we want to make sure we're connecting the service member with the right organization. So we are looking for anybody and everybody that services all of those individuals. We have wonderful organizations that service our veterans that are wartime, but we have very few entities that serve a traditional or an MD service member. So we're looking to connect with those individuals. During our deployment, like I said, which is usually a year, is whenever things break down. So we need to go out into the community, we need to find the resource that has offered help with those issues. So what can we do? We need, as everybody's saying, we need to work together. We are definitely here to interact with all of the community resources that we have. During the last deployment that I had a service member who called and said, hey, my wife is at home with 3 small children, and we have no heat. It is, 20 below outside, and it was just one of those days that was miserable last year. We had an organization that stepped up and replaced not only the furnace, they replaced the air conditioner and the hot water tank free of charge to that service member and that family member. When the service member came home, he built a beautiful shadow box that included a flag that flew over the unit whenever they were deployed. He included 3 coins in that box and a beautiful handmade plaque that said thank you. His wife also had 3 dozen homemade cookies made, but that was beside the point. But those are the types of things that we find within our community. We have awesome community partners out there. One way that we keep our family engaged is to build family readiness groups. And this is a commander's program, and it is comprised of family members, friends, service members, community partners, and everyone who comes together to support the unit. They learn about military expectations, and they begin to build lifelong friendships. The better educated everybody is within the community, within our school systems, within our companies, the higher our retention is and the happier that service member is at home. So we try to make sure that we are out in the community, we are doing events, we are doing trainings, we are inviting you into our armories. What we would like to do a lot of times is hold events within the armory where we build the connection again, bringing in the individuals that can help with education, help with finance, help with any kind of like Home Depot, come in and teach somebody how to change a timer, how to change your oil, how to change your furnace and your filter in your furnace. So they're just little things, but yet we have big problems too. So we need to have our families be strong for whatever the military throws their way, which, if you're military, you know that on a daily basis, there is nothing that's ever normal. So the FRG also helps with moral, welfare, and recreational events. We have holiday events, summer picnics, back to school events, and sometimes we even make breakfast on for weekends to change up the pace. We establish Facebook groups, we have created newsletters, we have virtual or in-person meetings. With a positive and accurate communication from command, families can stay in tune with the news, that they know that they are hearing is accurate information and not just rumors that are out there, which happens all the time. So we're here to interact with all of you, find out what you have to offer for our service members. We're here to make sure that we connect with everybody. I can reach out to a number of individuals, and if they can't help me, I'm always asking them, who can you suggest? Who can you help me? And then we begin to connect more and more dots so that you have an organization that you didn't know could help someone else. So we're here to make that connection larger and bigger for everybody. So if you'd like to learn more about how you can help us, I'd be more than happy to help you out. And if you'd like to grab one of our maps so that you can reach out to any of us across the state, that would be greatly appreciated. I thank you for your time.
Next, we're going to go into our learn component of our live, learn, work, and play. And to start that off, we're going to have one of our great new friends with the Education Action Council. We meet once a month virtually, so if there's any institutions, educational institutions here that would like to become a partner and not already, let me know. And I'm going to introduce Beth Worth, and she is from Geneva College. And she's also going to share about education benefits in the DETEC program. Thank you, Beth.
I hate stairs. I had a stroke a year ago. Still fighting with the stairs. But don't have a break for having that stroke, right? I'm really excited to be a part of PIA, and especially the Education Action Committee, because education is so important to me, and it's important to the future of our veterans. I'm an Army vet, and I married a sailor. Yes, love is blind. And as long as we don't watch the Army-Navy game, marriage is good. But my husband was much younger than me. He did 22 years in the Navy. He retired, and he was an electronics technician in the Navy. He got out and he got an okay job, and my husband is that man that would have stayed at that job for the rest of his life. But his dream was to be an electrical engineer, and specifically, he wanted to build robots. He is a cancer survivor, and he was torn between robots for the military or robots for the OR. But he just decided he needed that degree. But he was responsible, and he worked a job he didn't like to take care of the family. Finally, I just saw him working so hard. After 5 years of retirement, I just said, we have to figure out a way for you to go to college. We have to figure this out. And so we were living in California, where gas today is $7.09 a gallon, where housing is through the roof, and there's no way to do it there. But I'm originally from Western Pennsylvania. We came home on Christmas to go to a Steeler game. My family has tickets, and to celebrate Christmas with the fam. And my husband started looking at real estate and realized we could buy a house outright for the equity in our home in California. Done deal, we were moving. 5 months later, we were here, and my husband was in school at Geneva. He wanted to go to a smaller school. He wanted to go where his service would be valued, and he wanted to go to an ABET accredited engineering program. And Geneva has all of that. We're going to talk a little bit more about Geneva later. What I specifically want to talk about is in my role as the military enrollment specialist at Geneva, I talk to students all the time, veterans, current military. I have your airmen and your guardsmen in my school. I have 19 of them. When I first started 2 years ago, we had 3 total. So we've grown. We have 41 total veterans or military in the school, and 109 military-affiliated students, so spouses or dependents. We're growing in support of our military-affiliated students. But what I found was they did not understand their benefits. They didn't realize you can rack and stack their benefits. They didn't understand all the programs. They didn't understand that, yes, I can use Montgomery GI Bill and the Pennsylvania National Guard PIA and tuition assistance. And Geneva throws in a hero grant for Guard and Reserve who do not have 100% coverage, and we will cover the balance of it so that you can get out of school debt-free. And that's what I'm going to talk about. I want to talk about educating your guardsmen, your airmen. They can use it right here at PIA. I used to be the general manager of War Aviation over in Beaver County, and we know that we need to graduate one pilot every 10 minutes, every day, for the next 10 years to meet the demand. That takes money. That takes education benefits. The opportunities are vast. I want to jump back to my husband. So in my mind, I'm thinking, we're coming back to Western Pennsylvania, where I never really wanted to come back to, because when I left, it was depressed, it was unemployment, it was nasty. And I was glad to leave. I went into the Army, and I never looked back. My surprise when we got back here over the transformation of Western Pennsylvania, in my mind, we were here till we finished this degree, 2.5 years, and we are out of here. That was 5 years ago, we're still here. My husband's working in robotics, he loves what he's doing. He's not looking anywhere else, and neither am I. So Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, is a beautiful place to live, learn, work, and play. So let's talk about learning. If I would love to get in front of your soldiers, your guardsmen, your HR departments, to talk about how we can help them understand the benefits that are available to them so that they can go. It doesn't have to be Geneva. My counterpart at CCAC will be speaking next. It's a great program that they have there. Boy, this mic is hot. Sorry, guys. Anyway, we want to be able to help educate them. Yes, they get it at tax class, if we have tax, which during COVID I know didn't happen most of the time. But they can be working on that degree right now. They can be getting those certifications right now. There was a study done 3 years ago that indicated that in Western Pennsylvania, Guard and Airmen are 52% unemployed or underemployed. We want to change that by helping them understand the education benefits that can change their future. I want to help them build their next chapter. Okay, now let's talk specifically about Geneva. We're like Staff Sergeant back here said that she says that the 171st is the best kept secret, well, so is Geneva. Tiny little school, north Pennsylvania, but it is 8 out of accredited. There are only 16 colleges in the country that can claim that. Our engineering program is #1. We have an aviation program. We partner with CCBC and many of the aviation schools in Chippewa, which are many. Geneva has had a rich history with the military. During World War I, the Army Air Corps cadets did their academics at Geneva. They did their physical training on Reeves Field, and then they went up to more aviation to get their flight training. During World War II, it was both the Army and Air Force who came to Geneva, one of many locations throughout the country, but we're very proud of that fact. We would like to continue to support today's currently serving military as well as the veterans in this area by helping them dream their dream and transition to academia and then into the world. We want to help them understand all of their benefits. We have a transition program specifically for our service members and veterans to help them take off that uniform and step into a classroom confidently, and then from the classroom into the workplace. We have 196 different majors. We also have many independent majors. You can craft that major that you want. We have bachelor's and master's programs, and we deliver them through lots of venues. We have an entire online program, so if you can't come to campus, that's okay. Our adult degree completion, our online degree completion program is for you. Our master's programs are delivered either online, in the classroom, or we also have a hybrid where you come for 1 week at the beginning of each semester and the rest of it is done online. So we have a lot of flexibility to help you get that next degree that you're working for. So, if you'd like to talk to me more about education benefits, if I can come and serve you and your organization by just bringing information, I am not with the VA, but I used to have a podcast that all I did was talk about benefits and resources for the military community. When my husband retired, I turned that over to someone else, but it's still my passion. And I've just given myself to understand what are the opportunities that we have to further your education and your career. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Next, we have another one of our friends with the Education Action Council, Dan Duffy from Community College, Valley County.
Good morning, everyone. I want to first say thank you to Pangus and PIA for having us today. I think it's a wonderful opportunity to really talk about the great things that we are doing here at CCAC. I say here at CCAC because the reality of it is we serve all of Allegheny County. We are the community college right here. We have a campus right over the hill here on the South Hills. We have one on our main campus in the Allegheny over by the stadiums. We have one in the north. We have one out by Monroeville in Boise. And we also have a huge center where a lot of our technology and our hands-on programs are done in the West Hills. Really for me, it's the opportunity daily to work with our 400 plus military affiliated students. And it's not just our veterans, it's not just our Guard, our reservists, it's our families and our dependents as well. I think that's one of the key components that we really want to talk about, is that family independent program. One of the things I often do when I have a Guard member in my office is I'm talking to them. I'm thinking about the long-term goal. I think one of the main goals with the EAP and the EN or the MFP is retention. We all know that's a struggle. So to me, what I'm doing when I'm having that conversation with the Guard member, or guardsmen, or airmen, whoever it may be, I'm focusing on what they're doing now, but I'm kind of painting that picture about the value of what they're doing, how they're serving the community, how they're serving the nation, but how while they're doing that, they're still able to get their education and pursue their own goals. A lot of the times, it's those younger enlisted or reservists that are coming in within that first year, just coming out of AIT, just trying to figure out what they want to do with their lives. Some of them have families already, so we're having that conversation. This is a great opportunity for you to get your education while you're in. Let them pay for it. At CCAC, it's fully paid for. A couple fees here or there, but we really work with them and make sure that they find the external resources through financial aid and other processes. But during that conversation, we're painting a picture for the long-term goal. You're 3 years in, you're 4 years in. How is it going? What is the opportunities that this has opened up for you? Think about the opportunities for your children. Think about that next investment, that next 6-year contract can really set not only yourself up, but your family up for the future. We have the great institutions that County Executive Rich Fitzgerald has talked about. This is an opportunity for us to serve our students in our region and keep them here, keep them working towards the jobs that are available. We have a bevy of jobs. I know that being in the Action Council, being one of the first schools that was nominated and approved as one of the campus-friendly schools during the first iteration is a huge honor for us. It's something that we don't take lightly every day. We have those places. I'm fortunate enough that I have staff at each one of our campuses, so if a veteran, a National Guard, they come into the campus and they have a friendly face to work with. We are the advocates for our students. I tell my students daily, any issues, any concerns, my door is always open. Here's my card. Call me, we'll work through it. I can tell you during COVID and during all the unrest and everything, I had more National Guard individuals show up at my door saying, I'm being deployed. How should I handle this? What should I do? Through my office and my communication, we are able to often work with our faculty real quickly in real time to make sure that those individuals don't feel the burden, whether it's educationally, at home, or moving forward. 9 times out of 10, faculty are working with them to extensions, etc. Sometimes it was, hey, you're far enough in the class, you can take the grade and move on. You come back when you come back. So we are seeing that we're being more flexible. We're working with our students to make sure that's in place. So that is one of the long-term goals. We're fortunate now with the support of the county and a lot of our employers and major organizations in the city to be building a workforce development center directly outside my office. Some days I got lucky because all I hear is jackhammers and wrenches going all day. But to me, that's the sign of progress. We're opening a facility that's going to have things that no other institution in the region has, not just community colleges or foreign institutions. It's going to give us the ability to train individuals, get them workforce ready right now, and move into sectors such as IT. They're building a brand new state-of-the-art kitchen for culinary, which is a high-need area. So we're really focusing on those things. We're putting the high-end technology across that street. And really the goal is to continue to work with our guardsmen, our units in the region, and our corporations to make sure that we are meeting the needs of the county, the region, but more importantly, our students and those guardsmen and the veterans that are coming home daily. I thank you for your time. I think at this time, I'm going to turn it over to you. At this time, I'd like to introduce one of our educational colleagues in the region, Debbie Reynolds, who's at the Commonwealth Charter Academy. Let her talk more about her.
Hi everybody, my name is Debbie Reynolds. I'm the Director of Tech Works for Commonwealth Charter Academy. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today and to share about CCA and especially about Tech Works. I love what Rhonda said talking about connections when she was up here. We just had the honor, we just left for me to remind him that Mr. Fitzgerald did come toward Tech Works a couple months ago. We've also had the PIA team out to see Tech Works, and we have had a PINGAS team as well. We are also one of the guard-friendly high schools, so we're excited to be here on this initiative and to talk about what we're doing at CCA. CCA has a works initiative, excuse me, and it's designed to prepare our students for the jobs of tomorrow. So very similar to what we're hearing from some of our other partners here. I love that we went in the reverse order, that we had a 4-year institution, then the community college, and then us, because all of us are working together for that same goal, and that is our workforce development. We want to create jobs, and we want to have our students stay here in Pennsylvania and work in the region. CCA is committed to providing all of our students with a wide range of experiences to ensure post-high school success. Whether a student enters the workforce, enlists in the military, excuse me, or attends a trade school or college, CCA's goal is to work alongside the families to make sure they're prepared for life after graduation. And like I said, we want to keep our talent here. So let me tell you a little bit about Tech Works, and also see me after, and I'd like to give you my card, and I'd love to invite you. We are in the former Macy's building at the waterfront. So we bought that building back in 2020. We converted it. The Tech Works space is about a 7,000 square foot space, and we are providing our learners with hands-on experiential opportunities in robotics, computer science, IT, cybersecurity, drones, manufacturing, AR, VR, artificial intelligence, and much more. For our learners that live across the state, because we do have 22,000 students enrolled at CCA, we offer virtual programming so that we are trying to be equitable in what we're providing in the training and giving those students opportunities. So we'd love to partner with all of you. I love all the stories that everybody's sharing today, and I'd love to invite you to come see Tech Works and see how we can continue working together to serve our families across this great state. Thank you.
Next, I'm going to introduce someone who's a new connection with the company, with PNC. And I just wanted to say PNC was one of our first sponsors of the Pangus Job Board, so we've been working with them for a while. We appreciate their support initially, that they can see the vision of the job board along with us. And I'd like to introduce Andrew Scott, and he is Officer of Diversity and Recruiting with PNC.
Thank you, Sonia. So basically, I just kind of wanted to introduce myself, what you said. I'm Andrew Scott. I'm a diversity recruiter specialist on the diversity recruit team. It's an honor to be here, connect, see what's out there, what's working, best practice, and build on that connection. I'm on LinkedIn, so please, everyone, add me on LinkedIn. Let's continue to build this education, educate these veterans in this military space, and we build on that, right? That's why I love my role role, because I'm that guy that walks these veterans to the door. I don't open the door, but I walk them to the door. So being able to engage with them, let them know what PC's looking, what we have available, our footprint is growing. So we're nationwide, we're all over, offering virtual and hybrid roles. And what you don't know, right? So that's kind of like my caveat when I let veterans know, you don't know. So let me educate you in this books relationship. And that's basically my little 30-second speech. I'm going to be around here, so please walk up, let's introduce yourself, let's make a connection. That being said, I'll get back to show.
Next, I'm going to introduce one of my friends. I developed a great friendship with Sabrina. She's here with Amazon, and she's going to talk about some of the great opportunities they have in this, what's it called, node, the local Amazon node. So thank you, Sabrina Green.
Hello, everyone, and I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time actually speaking at a mic. Usually I'm at a job fair or something that's a little bit more personable, so if I get too loud, please let me know. I don't know how far to stand back from this thing. But yes, my name is Sabrina Green, and I am with Amazon. I have been with Amazon for about 9.5 years, 9 years officially. The other half started out as a seasonal HRA, basically human resources assistant, back in the Carlisle, PA area. Just want to talk to you guys a little bit about Amazon and the things that we have to offer. As I just mentioned, I've been with Amazon for a long time. I've grown within the company. I always tell everyone that I meet, use it as your stepping stone. You are in charge of your own development within Amazon. You are going to have to be the one that actually seeks your path. No one's going to hand it to you in a silver platter. So if you want it, go after it. We will help you get there. So just to tell you a little bit about what we have to offer, we are in, we have 6 locations, 6 or 7 locations. We have 2 that are in Imperial. So we have a fulfillment center as well as a sort center. And I'm not going to break down what all of them are because it'll get a little bit technical and I don't want to take up too much time. We have 2 in Coriopolis. We have a delivery station as well as a heavy bulky site, which is also a delivery station. We have a delivery station that's located in Sewickley, and then also another sort center that's located in the Crafton area. And the one that's in Crafton is probably the one most of you are familiar with because that's where basically the node started with Amazon. I just want to speak about the positions that we have available. What I look for and hire for are the warehouse roles. Many of you would think, oh, warehouse, I don't want to go back to that. But I always tell everyone you want to start from the ground and work your way up. Because if you start within the warehouse area, you learn the inner workings of the company, and that helps set you up for better growth within the company. Because just to be honest, if somebody coming in doesn't know the Amazon way, Amazon works very hard. All of their people work very, very hard. And if you don't understand that Amazon mentality, it's harder for you to grasp it and to grow within the company. So don't get deterred whenever you see warehouse position roles out there. But for our veterans that are seeking employment with us, and also our military spouses and their family members or children coming up into the working world, Amazon is a great place to start. We find that a lot of our leadership principles marry with the veterans, the military mentality. So I would definitely suggest doing that. Some of the things that I do want to speak on right now is that we do have an event coming up on Wednesday this week down at the Doubletree in Moon Township. It's a one-stop shop, so if you or anyone you know that is available that is looking for work, we have $1,000 sign-on bonuses out there, $500 referral bonuses out there, also $125 referral bonuses out there that people can take advantage of. But this event is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Wednesday, as I mentioned at the Doubletree. Amazon does have to offer benefits from day one. We have a career development program where after working with us for about 60 days, you can take a part of that, whether you're part-time or full-time. We can help pay towards tuition costs and fees. We also have mentor programs. So whether you're coming into Amazon and you want to be mentored towards a specific position or role, or you yourself want to be a mentee, we have that available for you as well. Also, working within Amazon, you have the opportunity to take a part of different programs within Amazon on a temporary basis to kind of help give you a feather in your hat. So we have onboard programs where the candidate can come in and learn how it, learn our staffing roles or HR roles or IT roles, things like that can better set you up for the future. Also, just want to throw it out there too, if anybody wants to come to our facility, just let me know. We do tours weekly. Our newest facility, we have the two that are in Imperial, the fulfillment center, which is over 1 million square feet, and also our sort center, which has robotics in it. It's really cool to take a look at that and see how it runs. The little Kiva, I think we call them Kiva bots. They keep changing their names, so forgive me. But the little bots, you just go to the little stationary computer, you punch in what items you want. That little puppy brings it right on over to the employee, and it just makes life a little bit more easier. So it's really cool to watch how they all talk to each other while they're in the little pen. And like I said, it's easier for you to see it than for me to describe it. So I definitely welcome you to do that. Just let me know if you're ever interested in that, and we can make that happen for you. Thank you for this time, Shelley, and everyone else. Thank you.
And how could we come to the Western Pennsylvania region, the Pittsburgh area, without inviting the city of Pittsburgh to come and talk about employment opportunities that you have? So with that, I'd like to introduce Devin Thompson.
All right, good morning. Again, my name is Debbie Telefaro, and I have the privilege and honor of serving as Talent Acquisition Coordinator with the City of Pittsburgh, under the great leadership of our Mayor, Ed Dean. This morning, I am here to represent the Department of Human Resources and Civil Service, and talk to you a little bit about the many job opportunities that we have available with the City of Pittsburgh. We, of course, proudly hire veterans and their families, and kind of help to bring to life the things that you want to, as you in your title live, learn, work, and play in Pennsylvania. In this region, in the City of Pittsburgh, you need everybody to be able to make sure that the city can thrive and make sure that the people of the city can thrive. And so the City of Pittsburgh, we hire a number of positions, anywhere from administrative to laborer positions, and in professional careers like engineering and technology. We hire departments from finance, public works, city planning, law, innovation and performance, which is our IT department, parks and recreation, and of course, public safety. We do recruit for police, fire, and EMS for the City of Pittsburgh. And so it is always an honor and a privilege to talk about the great opportunities that we have in the city. I do have some information in the back. There's some swag. You can scan the QR code and it will take you directly to our City of Pittsburgh Careers website, which has the listing of job opportunities that I mentioned, and so many more. There are so many great benefits to working for the city. We have excellent healthcare benefits and tuition reimbursement, which goes nicely with our education partners and what they presented to us today. And so I want to make sure that if you have any questions or if you have any wonderings about what types of positions that we have in the city, I'm happy to answer those questions. And I'm really happy to be the bridge to the career opportunities that we have within the city. A part of the mayor's vision of making sure that we have thriving people is to allow them to have access to city jobs, offering a pension plan, which many employers don't do anymore. And so we have so many great opportunities, and I don't want people to miss out on them. So please feel free to come to me with any questions, pick up any information, and visit our career website at pghjobs.net. That's my little plug, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for having me.
play part. So I don't want to try to get into it myself, but I know there's a lot of play here in Pittsburgh. And for that, we're going to have Jennifer Basic, and she is with Visit Pittsburgh.
Thank you. First and foremost, thank you to PIA and PenGas for hosting us and bringing us all together. I think what we're hearing a lot of, there's a common thread, right? It's community. So how do we all work together as a community to move forward? Let's talk about play, one of my favorite subjects. I'm in sales, right? Not education, it's all about play. The Pittsburgh region, what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wealth of opportunities here in our region. And again, as everyone keeps saying, it is affordable. For those of us that have lived in other cities, what we have here is such a well-kept secret. The cost of living is insanely low. The job opportunities are endless. Let's look at our key market segments, what we have here. We have manufacturing, we have tech, we have life sciences, education, finance. There truly is something for everybody, but we do have to go out and look for it, and we need to find it. Just a few facts and figures about our region. We are consistently titled as one of the best places to live. Let me explain, let me help you for your families that are coming here that feel like that fish out of water. Let our organization tell you what we have here. If you think about the history, the money that was here at one point, those funds are still here through a lot of our, gosh, I'm sorry, I'm totally blanking out, through our other philanthropy, I'm struggling, organizations, the cultural trust, our foundations, that's the word I'm looking for. So we have the culture here. You can go and see a Broadway show at not a Broadway price. If culture is not your thing, sports, say no more. We have some of the top talent here in the city of Pittsburgh. Education, let's go to the Carnegie Science Center, let's go to the Warhol, let's go to the zoo, amusement parks. Just, we have a Pennsylvania State Park right here in our own backyard. Let's take advantage of that green space. Again, I'm here to answer any questions about the region. Let's talk about what your families are looking for. If we can bring somebody here as a visitor, I am a firm believer we can have them here as a resident. They just need to see what we have. I can't tell you how often I hear in my daily job, oh my gosh, I didn't know Pittsburgh was like this. I didn't know Pittsburgh had this much to offer. There's still this common misconception that we're a dirty, smoky city, and as everybody in this room knows, we are not. Let's rise up, let's be proud of what we have, and let's offer that to our visitors so they can come back, live, work, play, and learn. I know I have that all out of order. But visitpittsburgh.com is our website. Please take a look. I'm on there. Feel free to reach out. Happy to have any discussions. I'm on the meetings and convention standpoint. We also have a leisure travel standpoint. Again, we're here to help. We're here as part of the community. Before I go, just one quick story, National Guard. I am a very, very proud aunt. My nephew is 15 years ago. I would have looked at that kid and thought, what in the heck is he going to do with his life? In his high school, his senior year in high school, he enlisted. He went and he served in Iraq for a year, hardest year of our life. Came back, went to Millersville University, is now an assistant principal at one of our city public schools. So thank you for what you've done for our family and for our community.
Before I bring Rhonda back up to wrap up, I just wanted to give an opportunity, if there's anyone who's here that didn't get to speak and you'd like to introduce yourself, your organization. Put you on the spot. You can just stand there, you don't have to come from.
Luke Potassium with Public Airways in Pittsburgh. So, we're always hiring. We're with PIA a lot, with all the better recruitment and everything. So, rden.com is how you get the contact information on us. Thanks for having us.
I just wanted to give a chance for Senator Devin Robinson's office. Jeffrey, if you'd like to come up and just say a greeting.
Thank you, everybody, for having us here. Greatly appreciated. Whenever Senator Robinson is stuck in Harrisburg, and I say stuck because I'd much rather be here with all of you learning all this information than being there as they finish out their session. Myself and Holly get the opportunity to learn more about what's going on in our area. And Senator Robinson, being a military vet, serving in the Marines, hearing all of the stories and what's happening for our veterans is very important to him. That trip was into our office, so if there's anything that we can do, we are in the western part of the 37th district of Western Allegheny County. Please do not hesitate to reach out to our office. Let us know what we can do to help you because, again, living in this area, there's great schools, there's great businesses. We do want to keep everybody here in Western Pennsylvania. The senator and myself, we share that same existence. Born in Western Pennsylvania, went to school at universities in Western Pennsylvania, work in Western Pennsylvania, and certainly take part in what the area has for us. So again, anything that myself, Holly, our office can do for you, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Thank you for the information, and thank you for having us here today. Greatly appreciate it.
And it just wouldn't be right if we didn't have Tyler from the Regional Airport Authority. He's with us today. If we can give him a chance to say hello since we're here on his grounds.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone coming out to ATC today and PIA for hosting. Obviously, you guys are a great partner of ours to grow the region and provide dedicated opportunities in the aviation space. The military is very important to us, obviously, with the 171st and 9/11. Sharing our airfield, great partners, always looking to support them any way we can. And always looking to find opportunities for the guards to get more engaged in what we're doing at the authority and job opportunities that exist. To work along those lines and make partners for the region.
Thank you. So before I get everyone to come up and wrap up, one more thing. Anyone who would like, we are going to have a tour. So after she's done wrapping up, just make sure you visit over there where Roxanne is. You need to wear your safety goggles. It makes it sound exciting. So again, thank you everyone, and I'm going to turn it back over to our wonderful chairperson of the Pangas, Rhonda Bauer.
I would like to take a minute and ask you all to recognize Shelley. She works very hard for our organization to pull events like this together. This is our third event. We had one in the Lehigh Valley area and then the Capital Region. This, of course, is by far the best event, but Shelley has worked tirelessly to bring these together, and as chair, I am most grateful for all the work that she does to get these off the ground. So thank you, Shelley, very much. This is my first one, but wow, all these separate entities, businesses, schools, but on your own, you're doing good work. But together, we are a powerhouse. I am, as a vet, not only am I a vet, my daughter and her husband are still serving. So, as a vet, to see all of these people out here that care and want to work for us is so heartwarming, and I am so appreciative to see everybody that came out today to learn about each other, to learn more ways that you can service the Veteran Committee. I hope you all are exchanging business cards and are going to keep in touch and say, hey, I've got an idea or I have an opportunity. I don't have cards, but you can reach me either through Shelley or at Pengas at pengas.org. I would love to hear from everyone. I look forward to chatting with you individually, and I'm not going to hold us up from taking a tour. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, everyone. Have a great day.
As your host, I just want to say a couple of things real quick. As Shelley had mentioned, we have our admissions representatives with us here. They are, for anybody that hasn't toured PIA before, they are available to be able to show you around. As they mentioned, safety glasses will be required if you are not a glasses wearer already, since you are transient, regular glasses are acceptable. As well as we have Jay Holt, he is our VA certifying official here. He works one-on-one with every veteran that comes through actually all of our campuses. We are also in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Hagerstown, Maryland, and Youngstown, Ohio. But before we split out, just real quick, a little synopsis about PIA, nonprofit 501c3, so Colonel Highland or anybody else that may have any equipment that they're looking to donate, we are registered with the Pennsylvania State and U.S. government surplus, as long as it fits inside of one of our hangars. We're always excited to take those particular things. But I'd be remiss if I didn't talk a little bit about those opportunities that so many of you were talking about. And we do have Geneva, we have CCAC, we have the TechWorks. We also have another technical school, Rosedale Technical College, a representative with us here today. Skilled trades, he's looking for, Colonel Hyman's looking for, how many aircraft technicians did you say? About 90 aircraft technicians just with his 171st alone. I talked to our career services director just before this and asked recently how have the graduating classes been. I already know the answer, but I really wanted some solid stats. Over 95% of our last two graduating classes had job offers before they walked across this stage. The average starting salary for those two graduating classes is just over $55,000. Now that's unheard of even for us. We go back a year from now, our average starting salary was close to $45,000. Top companies that were hiring those graduates, Boeing, American, they're not right here, they're not at PA, but that doesn't mean they don't come back. Perfect example. PNC. You go right down the airport here, every single one of their maintenance technicians is a Pennsylvania resident, previously came to PIA. None of them started in Western Pennsylvania, their first job, but they all came back. So even though they may not start here, they can come back. And I think that's important to keep in mind. There are endless opportunities, and I think a lot of it starts with educating the youth. And we are all individuals with opportunities and empowerment in some way or shape or form to do so. And that's what this admissions team does. Roxanne Over, who worked with Shelley to put this together, she's on the front lines. She's out there at the high schools trying to educate individuals of the opportunities. So as you walk around here, we offer two primary programs in aviation maintenance and avionics. Aviation electronics technology degrees, both 21 months, with an academic year tuition of less than $17,000. So obviously on the guard side of things, on the veteran side of things, the GI Bill pays the way for so many individuals. You'll notice we are not a yellow ribbon friendly school. Why? Because our tuition is not high enough to even be part of it. So, and if you're not a veteran, our average student loan debt of our graduates is only $15,000 or less. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Because they are associate degree programs, when you walk around, you will notice classrooms. There's a lot of academics as well. Everybody's favorite subjects: English, math, history, physics, right? But you'll also notice it's very hands-on. So we talked about play. What a great place to come to school because you get to play at PIA. I thought of that.
So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our admissions reps, and for anybody that's looking to walk around, but you're more than welcome to commingle, and there are some refreshments over on the far side, some water if you're thirsty. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. If you've already seen our spectacular establishment,